Hi everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel, and I am back with tattoos and tulips. Now, last time I believe we left off where with Chrys going to go meet B for dinner, and Shay had just left the flower shop. So I think we're gonna, get more details about this guy later, but we're gonna see what Chrys and B are up to because I think B is introducing um introducing a love interest for her, I think. We'll see. Anyways, let's just check it out. Okay. I know that we ended off at chapter 3 and I didn't even read chapter 3, the little title page, so I don't really know how to get to that. I checked the log and I don't think I can do that. So we're just gonna we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna have to make sure that I don't skip chapter titles in the future. Okay, so setting is it's evening, it's after the workday. Chrys is going to go meet B for dinner, and we're meeting someone new. One of B's love interests, or B's love interests. I don't know if B has multiple love interests. Anyways, let's just meet these people. Okay. It only takes me a moment to get a shower and into some clothes that aren't covered in pollen. I begin to make my way to the Jade Palace, or place. My god, why did I think that was palace? My god. Which is only a 5-minute walk down the road. Oh, that's very convenient. It's the only restaurant B and I seem to eat at anymore. It has the most and the best vegetarian options. Maybe it's not the healthiest place to eat, though, since most of their veggies are deep fried. You know what? It's good to have options, though. I do get that. And it's convenient if it's nearby. Not that I'm complaining, but it's a cool place, although it was hell when I worked there, mainly because customers are way worse in food establishments. My coworkers and the owners were all awesome, so I like coming back just to see them when I can. Oh, okay, this is part of your past, Chrys. At this time of day, a walk is the perfect way to unwind. The city seems to simmer down alongside the setting sun. Everyone is either returning home from work, eating dinner, or relaxing before bedtime. Most people my age might consider this to be a con, but for someone like me, it's one of the pros of living here. Once I'm in the parking lot, I pull my phone out and call B. I don't even bother going in and looking for her. I want to know exactly where she chose to sit. That way I don't look like some child that lost their mom at the mall. It's our usual routine, so our conversation is short. You here? I can hear some noise in the background, so I know she's already inside and seated. For Wednesday night, it seems pretty busy. Oh, yeah, it is waffle fry for Wednesday. Unlimited waffle fries for $7. That's great. That's a good deal. Hey, I'm out in the parking lot. I hope I don't think I'm missing any voice stuff. I feel like I would hear it, but it might be too low for me. Hold on. Okay, I have to do a check, but I think I'm fine with hearing the voice line, so it'll be okay. Oh, I brought ourselves back to the beginning. Give me a second. I can hear some noise in the background, so I know she's already inside and seated. For Wednesday night, it seems pretty busy. Oh, I did this already. All right, we're sitting in the third booth to the right. She hangs up. Who's and oh, and I walk inside. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. The place is packed more than usual, even though it's pretty popular most days. Oh, yeah, she mentioned bringing a special friend. I wonder who they are. Guy or girl, tall or short. Who knows? B's type ranges so drastically. It truly could be anyone as long as they're cute. Fair. I follow her directions and spot her. And, sat across from her is a large figure. I take a closer look as I approach. Wait, I've seen that tattoo sleeve somewhere. Is that the tattoo artist guy that you just met like an hour ago?
Huh?
Shay? Oh god, it is him. It takes everything in me not to turn on my heel and book it, but B spots me, waving me over. Too late. It's okay, you'll make it through, Chrys. It'll be fine. Any hope I had of escaping was squashed in an instant. He greets me with a toothy grin from around the corner of the booth. Chrys, oh, what's going on? B looks between him and me and has the nerve to ask. Oh, you guys know each other? Yeah. Hardly. Did he say yeah? More like not even close. We met for the first time today, an hour ago, and barely spoke. How do you guys know each other? Wait, are they dating? Hold on, did I say I was making eyes at the guy she was dating? Holy... Oh no. I'm the worst friend on planet Earth. I mean, I would assume these things too. Given that we were supposed to meet a special friend and all that. But maybe she meant... Did she still mean Shay? Question mark? But in a different sense. She sees me start to panic and stops me. Oh wait, we aren't dating, Chrys. Shay and I have been friends for a long time. You have? How come I've never seen or heard of him before? I realize it's a dumb question. B doesn't have to give me the rundown on every friend she has. If she did, we'd never get back to our regular lives. How come you didn't tell me on the phone earlier? She thinks for a second. Remember what we talked about? I almost recite the conversation, but I remember Shay was still sitting there, watching us. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry. I try to salvage myself. He looks between us suspiciously. Should I give you guys a second? We'll talk about it later, Chrys. Don't worry, Shay. It's not important. Just personal stuff. No problem, I think. B laughs it off. That's really cool that you guys are friends. I slip into the booth on the opposite side of Shay and sit next to Bea, rather. I want to say Bea because I'm just like, spelling, but then I'm like, her name's B. How am I just now finding out that she's friends with him? She never talked about him before. Wait, that's not inherently a strange thing. It makes sense she wouldn't just come right out and tell me before today. But why not after I had brought him up? It's true if she said her special friend was the guy I was making eyes at earlier. I definitely would not have come. But why'd she have to trick me? Now I'm stuck. My palms start to sweat and I shake my leg. I put my hand on my knee to try to control it, but does little to help. I reach for the menu at the end of the table, despite never needing one before. I always get the same thing. A large order of mozzarella sticks and a green smoothie. Ooh, good combo. I scan through the pages as if the drinks and appetizers are the most captivating things I've ever read. B can tell my behavior is off, but is kind enough not to draw any attention to it. She's got some explaining to do once this is all said and done. So, you're telling me since you've been back you haven't eaten here? Her voice is dripping in disbelief. I can't blame her. It's a crime not to frequent going here. Well, not inside, but I usually eat whatever my coworkers bring to the shop. I'm sure they've brought me food from here before. Oh, you'd know if they had. Chrys and I were both servers here 2 years ago. That's how we first met. We both hated it. It has to be good if you chose to come back to a place you hated working at. That's a good point. If the food wasn't half as good as it is, I'd never show my face here again. That's true. That's a good point. So, if you guys say it's good, then color me excited. Hee hee. He rubs his hands together and I chuckle at that. Then the second I realize, I cough to mask it. It wasn't even a good joke. Was it even a joke at all? When did I start laughing just to make things more comfortable, or to make others feel more so? Maybe my hunger is making me loopy. You look so worried, Chrys. Oh gosh. That's the spirit. B cheers him on. She's so cute. I love her. I couldn't ask for a better best friend. Actually, a better best friend would have told me the guy I was talking about was joining us for dinner, but I'm choosing to believe that there's a good reason for it. She's always been a good friend to me, so I digress. For now. So, how did you guys first meet? B shoots me a look of surprise. I don't think it's a strange question. I don't think it's a strange question, rather. Quite the opposite, in fact. It seems as if it's the elephant in the room. Who? Shay and I? She feigns ignorance. Sorry, I'm trying to narrate in a more Chrys-like voice, but sometimes I forget and just kind of do my usual voice that I do, but I'm trying. She feigns ignorance. I squint at her. What kind of game is she playing? Is there something I shouldn't know? Shay doesn't say anything, just watches me watch B. It's silent for a moment more. We've known each other for quite a while. She answers as vaguely as possible. We were friends in high school. Are you guys exes or something? B jumps and waves her hands at me. No, not at all. And Shay shakes his head. B's great, but I'm gay. Okay, confirmation for you, Chrys. Was this your plot? Was this the scheme, B? Did we need to like now? Well, I mean, she could tell you though. She didn't. I don't think this is a scheme. Is it a scheme? Does it just happen that she's just like, wow, this is my friend from high school? I don't think it's a scheme. I don't know. I love a scheme. And by scheme, I mean this in the most positive way ever. It's just like little strategies to get information and people connected. That's how I think about them. But, ooh, okay, great to know. Oh, that's good to know. Wait, is it though? I want to ask more, but I don't want to out myself in the process. Instead, I stay patient and keep digging, asking little question after little question until she gives in. How come you never invited Shay out before? This one is a bit more risky. I could be talking out of my ass. I don't know for a fact whether or not they've hung out before this or not. But I'm assuming B and I are close enough friends at this point that she would have mentioned having such an important friend at some point in our relationship. At least, I would mention it to her. Now that I think about it, do I even know if Shay is that important a friend to her? Or did they know of each other in high school and were never really friends? Are you guys just acquaintances from school then? No, Shay's ex, and I used to be best friends. I couldn't read that for a second. I was like, what's happening? We're listing. Shay seems to harden to stone at the mention of his ex. It's so immediate, his entire face sinks and his eyes darken. No. Terrible. I mean, it happens, but not a great feeling. Wow, we got similar boats going on between Chrys and Shay, currently at least. I completely get it. Just the sheer mention of an ex seems to poison the atmosphere. B places her hand on his shoulder and mouths an apology, but he shrugs it off despite being so bothered by it before. I wonder what's going on there, exactly. There's a story there, and I want to read it. Though maybe now is not a good time. It seems that if we mention his ex again, he might not be able to hold down his food. I want to give him some form of encouragement. Hold in there, guy, it'll all get better. I'm no expert on exes, even if I have several at this point. But once you start living for yourself again, things will get better. True that. I feel the words get caught in my throat. I want to tell him that, but I can't bring myself to do it. I went to get another tattoo a couple months back. Just a tiny one in my ear, see? B shows me a tiny little swallow. Swallow. It's a swallow, right? On the inner upper shell of her ear. She showed me before, but with as many friends as she has, she probably doesn't even remember who she did or didn't tell. I take a good look at it this time. It's cute. Even in such a small space, it's got a decent amount of detail and doesn't look muddy at all. I'm no tattoo expert, of course, but Shay did a hell of a job. Honestly, I think I've mentioned, I don't have tattoos. I'm open to that. I would want, like, something small like that, like, nicely detailed. But, like, kind of, you know, not super obvious. Don't give me ideas. Just from the little I've seen him do so far, I already know he's great at what he does. And while I was there, I noticed Shay not only works there, but also owns the place. This is news to me as well, but I'm not too surprised. I glance over at him to see what kind of smug expression he's going to make, but he doesn't flinch or try to further explain.
Huh?
Huh? That's odd. You think someone who would want to brag about owning their own shop, especially so young. So we got to talking and caught back up. He just took over the old tattoo shop, the one with the guy who always offers to give nipple piercings. This is his first time coming back here since we graduated. Oh, that makes sense. Something still doesn't entirely sit well with me, but I decide that I'm going to let it go until the end of this excursion. Try to unwind from a stressful day as best as I can with some hot, gooey mozzarella sticks and a tall, delicious green smoothie. I set down my menu while the two of them pick up theirs. B is one of those people who likes to get a new thing off the menu every time. Me, I'm a creature of habit, so I tend to stick to the same comfortable set of things. What are you getting, Shay? He scans it over for a moment longer. Does this encrusted tilapia have nuts in the breading? Yeah, it does. You might want to find something else.
Okay. Has a tree nut allergy?
I cock an eyebrow at that.
Oh, peanuts specifically. I'm deathly allergic to peanuts.
Restaurants can easily mess that stuff up. If I were you, I wouldn't put my trust in some minimum wage job.
Well, yeah, it's scary. And you never really know, no matter how careful people claim to be. But that's why I carry my EpiPen with me everywhere.
He smiles in such a way it seems like he's trying to comfort me instead of himself. I decide to list off whatever I think a guy like him would eat, being careful not to list off anything with any potential nut allergens. Whether it be a big burger or a big order of nachos or country fried steak dinner, all of which he declines. I list off one last thing before I decide to give up. What about a chili dog? I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat it, but a lot of people seem to love it. His eyes light up at that. Bingo. Yeah, that sounds really good. Do you recommend your guys' fries or onion rings? I think that over, and so does B. Tough choice, but I'd have to go with our onion rings. Though waffle fries are on sale today. All you can eat. Oh no, I'm trying to stay in shape. He bats his stomach, or rather his abs. I think back to them, and I start to feel hot.
Honestly, though, having, like, besides, like, working out, very, like, visual abs really requires, like, a super, not, like, super strict, but a very particular, diet. I always feel that I could have abs if I didn't like carbs so much, but maybe that's just me comforting myself. Who knows? I'm not really going to test that theory.
What am I, a teenage girl? They're just muscles, man. Get it together. Blush, 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 blush. The waitress comes to take our order, and Shay does, in fact, order the chili dog with a side of onion rings. I order my food, and B orders herself some pork dumplings. So, how do you know Chrys? I'm startled by that. I wasn't expecting her to act like she didn't already know. But I'm thankful for it because I'm at least a little curious to see his side, or hear his side.
I mean, I guess, like, you can't be like, well, I just heard from Chrys that you two just met. Why? I mean, like, you could just be like, yeah, we were just catching up before the dinner, you know? And he was just telling about his day. type of a thing rather than like, oh my god, like hot man, you know? But I see the scheme. I like it.
I don't know how it would really differ from mine besides the lusting after him part. I curse at how simplistic I am. All it takes is a cute face and my head is gone. He probably didn't even think twice about it. I'm just the florist he was forced to interact with if he wanted to sketch in peace. Did I talk his ear off? Was I bothering him? Even if I had, I think he's too nice to admit it, especially in front of me, so I don't know what else I expect out of his answer other than general kindness. I met him when I came into the Busy Bee a couple hours ago. Instant friends. Instant friends? Are we, though? Friends, that is. What makes you friends with someone?
Great question. Sometimes there's more of an instant connection, but like, who knows? I feel like there are some people I've met and it's like, wow, like instantly it's like, ooh, we definitely can be friends. I think we already are. With other people, it's a bit more of a warm-up period, though you can tell you will be friends, and then some people you're never sure. And some people you're like, no, you're not my person. So that's okay. But that is a great question.
I guess just getting along with someone can make you friends, right? At least by the general definition. Or am I thinking too much into it? To me, friends is an important title to give someone, but maybe he doesn't see it the same way. Best not to think about it too much. That's awesome. Chrys isn't great at making friends.
Huh?
She giggles. She giggles. I throw a cardboard drink menu at her from the table. Why are you talking about me like I'm not here? What? It's true. She's right, but she doesn't have to say it. We're friends. Oh, good point. I roll my eyes at her. Really, I didn't get that impression. You seem plenty friendly to me. So he says, but there's no sarcasm I can detect. Chrys is charming in his own way. I loved him from jump. From the jump? Maybe. I threatened to chuck another table item at her, but I'm interrupted by the sincerity. I wasn't expecting her to get all ooey-gooey on me. I didn't have time to comment on it, though. Our food is arriving, and I'm unable to hear his response.
Oh, cute CG. Oh, look at us having cute food. Ooh. Oh my god. I already ate dinner and I'm hungry. Look at all this yummy food.
Normally, I'd feel pretty bad about it, but one look at fresh food wipes that feeling from fresh food wipes that feeling from existence. We don't spend too much time conversing since we're all too busy stuffing our faces.
Wow. This place is good. I think this might be the best hot dog I've ever had.
Ugh. Now this makes me want to make hot dogs.
Bee nods with pride as if she made it herself.
What'd I tell you? Jade Place is the best.
Huh? Sorry, I accidentally clicked on the log.
I nod.
You only got mozzarella sticks?
Only?
It just doesn't seem like a lot. Do you want some of my onion rings?
It's nice of him to offer, but I decline.
This is all I need.
Bee giggles at that.
He eats like a bird. A bird who loves fried cheese.
Fried cheese sounds great.
I shrug it off.
Saves you money, doesn't it?
Huh? Who said I was paying for this?
You invited me out.
Shay stops us both.
It's on me tonight.
I stop in my tracks. Oh man, I didn't even consider he was going to pay for it. Does that mean I'm indebted to him?
I mean, I can pay for mine. It's no big deal.
No, man, I insist.
He looks me in the eye to prove that he's serious. It doesn't take much for me to surrender.
In that case, thanks.
That's nice.
I shuffle my feet underneath the table, trying to keep myself from bumping my legs with his.
It's no problem at all. Eat up. Also, do you guys want dessert?
We did, in fact, want dessert. We all ended up splitting a large lava cake, and it was delicious. But now I feel like I can't move an inch, and I'm not alone. And my diet was going so well. It's a bit ridiculous for her to say so. She never really had a diet to begin with. No one really needs one, no one really needs one. She should stop trying to force herself to stick to these diets she clearly doesn't want to follow. Why don't you just, I don't know, not diet if you hate it so much? You look good no matter what. Because, Chrys, even if I hate it, I want to have lots of energy to keep doing things. These noodle arms are going to allow me to rock climb or anything really fun. I feel bad for discouraging her. That's a good point, actually. That does sound like a good reason. Shay nods. My diet is actually ruined, though. Now I have to avoid sugar for a whole month if I want to calorically recover for this. I'm a weak, weak person. He says it as if he's made a terrible financial decision. Though I've never had big defining muscles before, I imagine it's a lot of work to obtain and maintain them. Health must be very important to him. Me too, but my diet doesn't keep me from eating delicious pastries.
Same. I like the exercise aspect and feeling strong, but I don't need to push it in terms of maintaining that via food. Personally, I mean, but everyone has their own preferences. I also can't resist carbs, as I mentioned, so what to do? Life is too short not to enjoy some nice things, you know?
Between the two of us, who's the real winner here? Shay drags the bill off the table and struggles to get up out of his seat before slumping over to the front counter to pay. I'll meet you guys out in the parking lot. Okay. Bee and I make our way into the cool night. Summer is on its way, and I try not to feel sad about it. I don't need a tan or to sweat half to death. I need healthy plants and to wear jeans without dying of a heat stroke. True. It isn't long before Shay joins us outside. I feel our little excursion coming to an end. It wasn't so bad, but that doesn't mean Bee is off the hook. I've still got plenty of questions to ask her when Shay isn't around. Thanks again, Shay. That was awesome. We ought to do this more often. What? Have me pay for dinner? He chuckles. She elbows him in the ribs and he pretends like it hurts. I did have fun, though. We should get together again. They look at me and I freeze.
Yeah.
Bee snickers at me. I want to kick her. Why does she keep embarrassing me? How about we go somewhere tomorrow? You're off tomorrow, right, Chrys? Yeah, Granny works on Thursdays. The shop isn't too busy then. Blush, blush. Shay? I don't open the shop until 4, so if we do something in the morning, I'm more than free. What are you thinking, Bee? I want to go to the city park. Shay shrugs. Shay shrugs. Sounds good to me. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Cool, so I was thinking we can have a picnic and go for a little hike. Does everyone want to bring stuff to eat? He looks hungry again. How is that even possible? We literally just ate.
Honestly, when you work out so much, you just want to eat all the time. My gosh. I mean, it makes sense. You got to keep your balance of expending energy and gaining energy and all that.
I'm sure I can pick up some stuff from the store. I'm not the best cook in the world or anything, but everyone likes chips and baked beans, right? Oh, I can just buy something instead of cooking. Yeah, you don't have to make anything. We can't all be chefs like Chrys here. I puff up with pride when she says that. If enjoying cooking and trying to get better at it makes me a chef, then I guess I am one. Shay rubs his stomach. I look forward to it. I didn't meet his now hungry gaze. Don't tell me you're just hungry. You're hungry still. We just ate. Again, she's on the same wavelength as me. What? I have a fast metabolism. I might hit the gym on my
eat something before bed. Honestly, that sounds pretty good.
It's already 8 p.m. and he's thinking about going to the gym. Is that insanity or dedication? I don't know.
Honestly, depending on who you ask, sometimes it can be both.
Oh, I just remembered. I get to wear my brand new shoes. She starts spinning around like a little girl in a princess dress. I need to think about what I'm going to wear. What time are we meeting again? B thinks for a moment. 10 a.m. sound good for everyone? I nod and Shay gives her a thumbs up. Then it's settled. All right, I'm headed out. I had a lot of fun tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. Good night, Shay. I miss you already.
Night, beautiful. Good night, Chrys.
I was taken aback and can only choke out a miserable night. That's all he needs to hear before he jogs off. Wait, does that mean he jogged all the way here, too? We watch him as he goes for a moment before looking back at each other. She giggles, which makes me do the same. Curse her, I'm supposed to be serious right now. I have to ask her what the hell all this was about. Okay, so I'm sure you have questions. She easily reads my mind. Why did you invite him after what we talked about? Chrys, I know you well. I knew you'd avoid coming altogether if I said I was inviting him.
True.
Hell, you nearly tried to sprint out the door when you saw him. You said you didn't plan on acting on your feelings, so I figured this as good of a time as any to make a new friend.
That was very hard for me to say. Okay, so it was a scheme. I like B. I mean, I already liked her before, but you know. Appreciate the schemes, Chrys.
She has a point, so I find it very hard to combat her. I don't want to have a relationship with him, and I don't want to make friends. Plus, he's a good friend of mine. This is his first time being out and about in a while. I can't really get into why, personal stuff, but I think he also needs every friend he can get.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, B. I love B a lot. So thoughtful and kind and awesome.
You two seem to get along. I mean, if you honestly don't like him, you don't have to keep hanging out with him. But by everything you said on the phone earlier, you seem to enjoy his company. I mean, it's hard to dislike the guy. I don't know if that makes us friends or anything, but maybe acquaintances isn't so bad. Yeah, he's fine. B rolls her eyes. You don't have to love him or anything, but he does seem to like you at the very least. I feel my head turn to static at that. You know what I mean. It's like I said, he's a really nice guy. Anyway, I've got to get back home. Feel free to text me, but I'll see you in the morning, right? I nod. Good. Love you. She gives me a hug. Thanks, B. Love you too.
Oh, cuties.
She rubs my back before letting go. It's nothing. Get some rest. I go home and do just that. End of chapter.
Okay. Chapter 4. Oopsie daisy. It's spring again. I can hear the birds sing again. See the flowers start to bud. See young people fall in love. Lou Rawls. Okay, I think I can do this chapter, and then I think I'm just gonna plan for like 2 chapters per video. Oh, look at this like room, it's so bright. Okay. Awake. I like all the plants. I was like, I don't know why I'm not like surprised that there's like plants, but like I guess I'm not a person who has like a bunch of plants. Well, actually I don't have any plants currently, so you know, maybe that's something.
I wake up before my alarm goes off, and I'm relieved I don't have to hear its grating sound. I shut it off and slip into my shower. When I'm out, wrapped in my towel, I spend approximately too much time deciding on what I want to wear.
Also, side note, how did B get Shay to join them for dinner so quick? I mean, I guess maybe his circumstances, it's more like, and like her general persuasiveness, I think that like it was probably very easy for her to like get him to go to dinner, but it was so last minute. Like literally it was like be here in like a half an hour or something. I don't know. I can't remember what the timeline was. Anyways, I appreciate her for that, but I do have a question about that. We're figuring out what to wear. What do you wear to a park anyway? Something casual. Ooh, look at your jacket. I decide on something and slip it on. Then I start packing for a picnic and a hike, since those were the things B mentioned. What B says always goes. I know that much. I like the jacket. It is springish, so that's good. A blanket, some bug spray. That's so good. I need to be better about that. An extra pair of socks, and, of course, some food. What kind of food? Oh, cute outfit. I like the strawberries. I arrive at exactly 10. Usually I'm the early one, so I'm surprised to see B here before me, standing right in front of the park sign. She's in the cutest dress I've ever seen. Okay, maybe that isn't true. B constantly pulls out the most show-stopping pieces, time and time again. She notices me staring and does a little curtsy. Isn't it gorgeous? I got it for 40% off. This might be the best job I've ever had. Well, minus literally everything else about it. She spins around and kicks up her feet with equally cute sandals. I mean, you got a good employee discount. We love that. Those are nice too. Don't tell me you got those just for this outfit. Maybe. How do you have any room left in your closet? Lots and lots of stacking. Also the shoe organizer I got at a yard sale, though I am quickly running out of room. I've got to get a place of my own. You will. You didn't want to invite your roommates out here? Zoe is too busy with her new beau and working. And Rain. Are you kidding? Sun, walking, sweating. I don't want to torture them. The thought of a goth hiking is a funny one, I'll admit, but I like them far too much to subject them to this. Besides, we agreed it would just be us. It would seem rude to just invite 3 other people. B's already on the next subject. What made you so late, huh? I can feel my face immediately fall as I look at her with a cocked head. I'm not even late. I could still leave, you know. Don't be like that. You know, I'm just messing with you. I snicker at how quickly she folds. I was so excited. I woke up 3 hours ago. Whoa. I love when you're excited about things, though. You're like, I gotta get ready. I gotta be here early. Really? I don't see why she would. It's just the park. B always gets excited when food's involved, but this is different. The only difference between all the times we hung out and now are... In the corner of my eye, a certain tattooed man comes into view, loosely jogging his way over to us, waving the whole way and sporting a huge smile. You just jog everywhere. I love that for you, but also, I really don't like cardio. It's my least favorite type of exercise. I will do it, but not my favorite. Hey, you two. I hope you guys weren't waiting too long. Ooh, I love the fit, too. It's like nice and spring summery. I catch eyes with Shay, his deep brown skin more akin to disc flowers inside of a sunflower, threatening to suck me in. He's next to B in a bright button-up, but in his case it's a button down because he's got maybe 3 buttoned. He's got an entire window into his chest. I try not to look. I get it. Blush, blush. I think I hate attractive people now. I never know how to act around them. Fair. Not only that, but he's so infectiously happy. How does he manage to do that? Hi. Hi. Probably. I greet back pathetically. You look great, Shay. Love that shirt on you. And Chrys, you of course look great, but I'm sure you don't need me to tell you. What is that supposed to mean? It means you're big-headed. I roll my eyes. Takes one to know one. You guys look great too. That shirt is cool. It's a graphic tee for the flower shop, right? Is it only for employees?
He points to mine, and I point at myself stupidly.
He thinks I look great. I feel my own head swelling.
Perhaps he's just being polite, but still, it does feel good to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Damn, well, it's sick. Maybe we should make t-shirts at my shop.
Ooh, I want one.
If I ever get around to it, I'll get you both one.
My treat. Oh.
He lifts up the gym bag he has in his hand.
I brought us some fruits, veggies, and granola bars.
Oh, sounds good.
I figured B brought plenty of junk food already. Ah, you know me so well. Yep, I've got brownies, cookies, cheese orbs, the works. It's good I brought actual food then. I also brought drinks, some freshly squeezed lemonade I made. Granny's special recipe. Did you guys bring drinks too?
That sounds awesome.
I brought some liters of soda.
Diet?
Of course, though I don't know how you can drink something with such an awful aftertaste.
You don't even taste it if it's all you drink. But that's good. I also brought some water bottles, okay? Wow, we're all so prepared. I'll have to try some of that lemonade, though.
My granny's lemonade is a personal favorite of mine. I brought it in part just to show it off. I can feel my head swelling again.
Maybe B had a point.
B looks around as we stand at the park entrance. It's fairly crowded considering how early it is. I can hear children squealing in the distance and I cringe at the sound. I didn't think this through as much as I should have. We couldn't have picked a more perfect day, huh? She looks up at the sky. A bright blue with a couple dots of clouds, sun shining brilliantly overhead and a gentle breeze. It's really nice. Spring is the best season for a reason. Too bad it was quickly coming to an end.
For sure. I really should start jogging here instead of down the main roads.
This is the prettiest it'll be all year. I want to listen to the singing of birds and wind rustling through the street, but I hear more screeching and the repeated scolding from parents. It would be even better if there weren't a bunch of kids running around. They're just having fun, Chrys. Jeez.
So, you're not a fan of kids?
I feel immediately put on the spot. I'm not some child-eating monster or anything, but I just don't like lots of noise, or boogers, or sticky candy, or... Okay, not really. Not at all.
I know someone like that, but it's fair. I don't think I really get along well with kids, but they're not exactly also my forte in terms of interacting with them, because I haven't really been around so many, like, younger kids. Because by the time in my family and relatives' families, like, I was a bit older, we don't have babies. So I don't really know how to interact with them, truthfully.
Not other people's. If I had my own, I'd like them just fine.
Any reason why?
Oh God, I hate defending myself to people I barely know. They like to mess with Chris's floral arrangements in his little garden. She's not wrong. That is a big part of it, but I don't know why she feels the need to call it a little garden. My interests just don't align with the interests of snot-nosed toddlers. Maybe it's not the kids I have a problem with, but rather their neglectful parents. I concede kids can't really be held accountable for being little, gross mini-humans. Kids do tend to be pretty destructive. I'm not around very many, so I can't say I'm a huge fan either. Though when I was younger, I used to take care of my little brother and sister, but it was hell sometimes. I'm surprised to hear that. It makes me feel a bit better. He wasn't criticizing me, just curious, I guess. Honestly, I'm too young to even think about how I feel about kids. Just the thought makes me want to nap. But I do think they're very cute. Sometimes when I see a baby in the store, I want to cry. Is your biological clock not ticking? You are 24 already, and you've got the hips for it. I asked the question mainly to tease her and get her back for that little garden comment earlier. It definitely is not. Just be lucky you don't have pesky hormones making you think you want to reproduce all the time, and you wished you had these babies. She grips her hips and sways. Shay laughs at her spat before speaking. I want to be a dad someday. I think I want to be an older dad, though, like 50 or something. Too much stuff to get done. A lot harder to do it when you have a whole other person to take care of. True that. Don't you think that's a little old? You want to see your kids grow up, don't you? Well, I will. But I plan to live till I'm 100. I'm trying to be as healthy as humanly possible. Actually, me too. It's part of the reason why I'm vegetarian. Well, you guys are on the right track. But I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Peace. I love that. Bee's life is far more exciting than mine by comparison. I should definitely take a page out of her book. Going out with friends, traveling, wearing the nicest clothes, eating whatever and however much she wants. Despite her saying she's improving, her diet is mostly junk food. What about you, Chrys? You want to be a parent someday? I have no idea. I always planned on starting a family, but I preferred to raise a kid with someone. Not that there's anything against being a single parent, but I don't think I could do it alone. I was raised by a single mother, and I turned out just fine, but she did struggle a bit, so I get what you mean. Your mom is the best. I miss her. How are your brother and sister, by the way? I think leaving them all was the hardest part of moving. I mean, I'm happy I did. I love it here so far. It's helped me a lot. As for the twins, they're good. They're in college now. Crazy to think about it, honestly. I'd be pretty sad if I was away from my granny. I mean, my parents are traveling and my big sister lives an hour away, so I get how you feel. I miss my dad, but he's always busy with some work-related thing. He's overseas as we speak. And Mom, well, she's so focused on her wedding, I haven't heard much from her at all. I personally like being away from my parents, though. I really felt like I grew closer to them when I moved out. Yeah, I heard that's a thing. I really enjoy living alone, I will say. I agree. Living alone is the best. I'm so jealous. I have 3 roommates. Wait, you have 3 roommates? That's right. You don't know. You don't know. Yeah, that's right. You don't know.
That's what I needed that intonation to be to convey that meaning. I think that was supposed to come across.
Yeah, I live with Rain, my friend from college. They also work at the mall I work at. Zoe, my old manager at the Jade Place, and Zoe's new boyfriend, who is technically a roommate now. And I love them all, but it would be cool to just walk around naked every once in a while, you know?
Oh yeah, that's the best.
I'm taken aback. Pardon?
Don't make Chrys blush. Why would your thoughts, Raul?
You walk around your place naked?
Don't you?
Hell no. Dang, Chrys, live a little. For me, if nothing else. But what if someone sees me? Who cares? They both say. I care.
That's funny. I love that this is the chit chats, little conversations between the 3 of them. It's nice. I have a good flow going on.
We talk as we pick a spot and sit. We manage to get a spot that's under a large tree, granting us equal parts sun and shade.
I suppose we were walking while talking.
We set our blanket and our bags full of food onto it, unpacking. There was a decent variety of food between the 3 of us. Bee sits across from me and Shay beside me. I take a bite out of one of the apples Shay brought. Golden delicious, my favorite. It's almost like he knew or something. Wow, this lemonade is so good. I roll back my shoulders and smile to myself. You sound surprised. Oh, don't you start. I don't want to regret complimenting you. What do you think? I turn to Shay, who's onto his second banana. Uh-huh. Oh, it's all gone. I like how fresh it is. I drink more, but I'm unsure just how much sugar is in it. The answer is unclear to even me, but knowing Granny, she probably just eyeballed it and tasted. Fresh is overrated. I'll take my artificial junk any day. You guys want a cheese orb? She reaches for the huge container of space-themed cheese puffs, that's cute, offering it to us. Oh man, I'd love some, but that stuff is like poison to me. Wow, I've never seen a man so scared of cheese dust before. You look great. Why not have a cheat day or something? I have at least 3 cheat days.
I mean, sometimes you do what you gotta do.
Is that even a diet at that point? Today is my cheat day. I get to have sugar today, in moderation, of course. I lean over to whisper to him. I think you're scaring her. You guys make me sad. What did I do? Being all health conscious and stuff. It sounds miserable. I look over at Shay, who shrugs. He doesn't look miserable to me, and my diet is the last thing that upsets me.
Same. I have a particular, dietary preference, and honestly, it really doesn't upset me. I also don't, it's not, super strict or anything, I think. So, everything in moderation, I think, is fine. In general. Yeah. But this is cute. I like their little picnic moment.
We continue eating our food, both healthy and non, and sit back deciding what our next move would be. You guys want to go on a walk?
Well, I guess they walked to their spot, but then they would walk to digest. I do like walking as a way to digest food that you've just eaten. It's very good. It makes me feel better.
Shay perks up at that. Walking it off should help. I might have eaten a few too many cookies.
I do love when you get together with friends and there's just a bunch of snacks and then you just indulge a bit more than you usually would. But it's so fun because how often does it happen, you know?
There's all kinds of trails. There's lots of wildlife and stuff to look at. Sounds good to me.
Ooh. I like the little bridge there.
We pack up our stuff and stick the remainder in our cooler and shove it into Bee's car before venturing off onto one of the trails in the park. Dandelion Drive. Reads a sign to the trail. Well, there are dandelions around, so at least it's not just a name. Did you know people think of dandelions as weeds, but they're really healthy and edible. They have vitamin A and C, calcium and stuff.
Honestly, it's good in teas too.
So, I can just eat these? I think during the Great Depression, people would eat dandelion salads. They're one of the healthiest greens in the world. I'd wash them first, of course, but yeah, you can eat them.
That's really cool.
It's interesting at all, but salad sucks. Maybe there are dandelion desserts. Should we grab some then? Yeah, I don't think they use pesticides here on the trail. And we do just that.
I mean, they could.
Collecting a couple bundles for everyone, making sure not to scalp the land of all its dandelions, but as a weed, they would be back in no time. Ooh, maybe dandelion lemon bars would be good. You said you liked to cook before, right?
Huh?
He remembered that?
Of course, it literally was last night. I mean, just objectively, I feel like if I just met someone new and I just saw them yesterday and they just gave me some information about themselves, I'm more likely to remember it if it's the next day. It's kind of funny though. It is nice to have these smaller things remembered, but I don't think it's really that hard. I mean, I guess you do run into people who wouldn't remember you even if they just met you yesterday, but I think that I am a person who tends to remember really small things. Sometimes I remember small details even if I don't want to. So, there's a caveat to that, you know?
Chrys is the best cook. I try not to be smug about it, but cooking is one of my favorite things in the world to do. Yeah, it's fun. You're my new best friend then. I can't boil water. Surely he can't be that bad. I hope. I mean, if that's the case, how is he even alive? Oh yeah, like when you burnt that macaroni and cheese at my house. How do you even do that? Start boiling and then take a nap? I look at him in horror and he rubs the back of his neck. I told you. How? I've got to help in any way that I can. There's a cookbook of mine I should let you borrow. Oh? Oh is right. What am I doing? I'll have to take you up on that. Well, I've gone and done it now. We spend some time in silence, just enjoying the sound of footsteps on the paved path. It's the only sure way to keep me from sticking my foot in my mouth again. I can hear the wind through the arch of the trees overhead, birds chirping, bugs buzzing, the occasional forest creature scurrying in the distance, squirrels being the most common.
I mean, I really feel like, is it just because it's Chrys saying that he's like putting his foot in his mouth because he's like, I'm just gonna try and be acquaintances but not really friends with this guy? Because then I get it, but if it's like something else, like it seemed like a very nice thing to do.
Most just sprint around, standing in one spot to twitch and then dart off. It isn't until B stops and points at the tree before us do we see something worth admiring. 2 squirrels tangled up in the tree above. Are they fighting? I look a bit closer. There's a lot of movement, but I'm not sure. Oh, wait. That's not fighting. We all look at each other and burst into laughter. I'm quick to move on after that display. The walk is pleasant. I feel so happy and relaxed and I'm happy that I decided to come out, despite being pretty skeptical before. I should go on more walks. Walks are good for you.
Fresh air is good. Hate to report, but endorphins do indeed make you feel better. Make you feel happy. Exercise does that to you. I mean, it's good that it does, but especially for me, I was someone for a very long time who learned to be very discouraged by like doing exercise in my like PE classes. So it was kind of crazy learning where I was like, wow, exercise actually makes you feel good, makes you feel better, and you feel stronger, etc., etc. Who would have thought? A bunch of people. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta do it for yourself.
It continues that way for a while before Shay screams, of all things. I whip around, not knowing what to expect, but the rapid wiping of his arm and legs clues me in.
Oh, God. Oh, I, too, am someone who's prone to the bugs and the insects when I walk outside like this.
Ah, no. I made sure to put on bug spray. B steps towards him to calm him and inspect him. She giggles, grabbing something off his shirt, and makes her way to show to me. A spider? A bee? Not even close. It's a ladybug. I join in her giggling as the little beetle spreads its wings and flies away. Shay gives us a stern look. It's hard to take it too seriously with a blush across his cheeks. I didn't realize anyone was scared of bugs that much. Does a ladybug even count? At least he didn't kill it. That was a close one. Don't start. I'm not crazy for not liking something with such spindly little legs. It's good luck if a ladybug lands on you. You should have made a wish. The only wish I could have had came true. B got it off of me. I managed to restrain myself from laughing as he still seems shaken. Pretty cute of him, though I wonder who he calls when there's a spider in his place. Blush, blush, blush.
I saw that, Chrys.
I catch a glimpse of a little creek just before us and I rush over. But I made a mistake. I didn't actually look where I was going. Some tree root sticks up out of the ground and catches my foot. Ooh. I twist and fall to my side. Ow, my leg. No, my ankle. I attempt to stand on it, but instantly collapse again. Did I twist my ankle? B and Shay sprint over to me.
Chrys, you okay?
Yeah. I attempt to get up again. The second my foot touches the ground, a sharp pain shoots up from my ankle and I hiss at the pain. The worst pain, though, is the embarrassment I feel when I hit the ground once again.
Can you walk?
Yeah. I just keep losing my balance.
No, I think you injured yourself.
Oh gosh.
I shake my head childishly. I definitely hurt myself, but it's not that bad. Or at least that's what I try to tell myself. Do affirmations work that quickly? I'm hoping so.
I twisted my ankle a bit. I just need to walk it off.
You shouldn't walk it off.
That's the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. You can't walk on it.
Will Shay have to carry you?
Should we call an ambulance or something?
I shake my head furiously. Absolutely not.
Ah, we don't need to do all that. I'll just carry him back to one of the benches and we can get his ankle on some ice.
Yup.
You want me to carry him?
Don't worry about it. I can do it by myself. No problem.
My heart drops. Carry me? No way. I'll never live it down. I try to stand once more, and right as I'm about to either scream in pain or fall again, Shay catches me.
No, I got it. I don't need your help. I just rolled my ankle.
Hey, stop it. I can take you back. It's really no problem.
Chili dog. Sorry, I'm still stuck on the chili dog thing. I really want one now.
I grit my teeth and attempt to leave his grasp.
Chrys, stop struggling. I can't take you back. Let Shay help you.
She scolds me. I can't help but feel a bit like a child when she does that. Maybe I don't like children because I am one. God, this sucks. It's so goddamn embarrassing.
Fine. Are you gonna give me a piggyback ride or something?
I try to compromise. Shay thinks for a moment.
No, you might bump your ankle that way. Can I touch you?
I'm left speechless. Why did he have to ask me like that? I just nod, unsure of exactly what he plans to do. I prepare myself for whatever is in store. I'm already too far gone. I already look as stupid as I ever could. But no level of preparation would have been enough for me to know what was... But no level of preparation would have been enough for what was about to come. He swoops me up effortlessly, and before I know it, I'm laid across his arms like some fair maiden.
Oh, do we get a CG? Oh, me, I'm B in the back. Ah! Okay, cute. I too would be shocked. I too would be B. Both reactions are great. You love it.
Ooh. Is this bridal style? He makes me feel weightless. He's pretty strong. At least those muscles aren't just for show.
Wow, you really are light. You eating enough?
I mean, I would hope. I was sorry before the voice kicked in. I hope those muscles aren't just for show.
He lifts me up a bit in his arms, practically bench pressing me.
Of course I am.
I'm not a big guy, I'll be the first to admit, but he doesn't have to tease me about it. Maybe I should go to the gym. God, now I'm all self-conscious.
Oh, wow. Go Shay.
Go Shay. Go Shay.
Let's get back. I'll drive you home, Chrys. I'll let Granny decide if you should go to the hospital or not. Don't want to get you into debt over nothing.
I agree silently. I appreciate her thoughtfulness and looking out for my wallet. Shay smiles at me, and I could die right then and there. He's so bright. I'm burning up. He's so bright, I'm burning up. He's so warm. What's this feeling? I feel comfortable. Safe. He starts walking with B besides us. I can't bring myself to converse, still in shock at my situation.
You're also like closer, like, you know, like faces are closer.
Somehow talking would make this worse. I can't feel casual about it. I want to hate it, I really do, but it's nice in its own way. He smells really good. Despite being outside all day. I feel weird for noticing that, but I'm surprised. I don't know what it smells like. All I know is it's pleasant. It feels comforting, like when Granny would stroke my head at night. His complexion is near perfect also, even from this close. Is this guy even real? I look down at Bee, who's smiling way too much. She even attempts to cover her mouth when she notices me watching her. I resist the urge to flick her the bird.
Better?
He asks me a question, and yet again, all I can manage is nonverbal communication. I nod.
I'm glad you're not too hurt.
God, Shay, do you even know what you're doing?
I turn to liquid in his grip. How could someone be so charming? Me too. I look down at her again and give her a small smile. They are too kind. Maybe I just need to relax. I'm the one who got myself in this situation in the first place.
Thanks, guys.
When we make it back to the park entrance, family consisting of a mom, dad, and their 4 kids point at me and start talking amongst themselves. I want to hop out of Shay's arms right then and there, but I know that such a thing isn't a good idea. I might actually end up in the hospital then. We eventually make it back to B's car. He sets me down in the passenger seat, looking me over, and nods to himself.
Let's get some ice on it, at least.
He leaves to go to the trunk where we stored the cooler, B right at his heels. Good idea. He comes back with a juice box B brought. I give him a confused look. This is the best we've got for now, but when you go home, try to put an ice pack on it. In the meantime, this should be cold enough at least to numb it. I take it from him and nod once. B pinches my side and clears her throat. I know what she's doing. What is she, my mom? Hey, I was just about to. I clear my throat. Thanks, Shay. Sorry for being a pain earlier, too. He looks genuinely shocked by that. He averts his eyes for a moment, rubbing the back of his neck, then turns to meet mine. When they meet in that moment, it's terrifying, but also wonderful. I can hear my heart in my ears. Oh, man. So, yeah, I should get going. I had a lot of fun, guys. It really was. A bit scary towards the end there, but you were our hero, Shay. He waves off B's display of admiration. Oh, wait. My ears perk up at that. Chrys, let me get your number.
Huh? My brain turns... That's cute, okay. I love Chris's reactions, because same. Sorry, if I knew a cutie could potentially be interested in me, like, I too would be like, hello. And Chris's whole point about, like, how do you act around people, like, attractive people? Who knows? Not me.
Huh? My brain turns to static. Is he doing what I think he's doing? This is so sudden.
I mean, it could just be a friend thing, but, like, it's notable, for sure, to get your this person's number. I mean, maybe he just wants to check in on you, but, like, why does he want to check on you, you know?
I'm elated, and I don't know what to say. That way, we don't have to go through B to communicate every time. Oh, right, of course. Friends can ask for each other's numbers, too. Why was I so happy just then?
I mean, I still think it's good. I think it's still good. But, okay.
Don't tell me I have a crush on this guy. He's good looking, but... Oh no, he's also really friendly. I want to talk to him more.
Ooh, that's my telltale sign. I'm like, ooh, I want to talk to this person more. I'm curious about this person. That's my telltale signs that I have a crush on someone. No.
I want to learn more about him. Blush, blush, blush. This isn't good. Not at all. Yeah, no problem. We exchange contact information. It's silent. I try not to say anything, scared that if I attempt to, I'll let something slip or say something stupid. I'm so mad at myself. I'm so simple. He literally swept me off my feet today. Maybe I should have said no to giving him my number. Or would that have made things worse? No, there's nothing wrong with having each other's contact information. Drive safe, guys. And Chrys, he meets my eyes again. Get to feeling better, all right? I nod, but No, that's not good enough. Yeah, I will. Good. Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Okay, the chapter's almost over. I feel it. Okay.
We drive off and Bee takes me home. I get out of her car. Chrys, wait up. Let me help you. She catches up to me easily and leads me toward the flower shop. She leads me to the seat in the lobby and waits for me to get settled. Hey, I would stay longer, but I've got to be at work early. My boss just called me in. Take care of yourself, and if you need anything, don't hesitate to call me. Heck, it might get me out of doing some work. I chuckle at that. She might thank me, but her wallet sure won't. I'm good. Thanks, Bee. See you later. Love ya. Love you. She kisses her hand and lightly smacks my forehead before rushing out the door.
That's cute.
Oh, Granny. My granny comes into the lobby mere moments later. She must have heard the ringing of the door as we came in. She looks out in the lobby while approaching her floral arrangement. No matter how many times I make one, I can never do it quite as well as she can. Not to mention as quick and effortlessly as she does. I'm definitely better than when I was a kid, dreaming of the day I could make one of my own. But it's apparent I still have got a long way to go. Welcome to Busy Bee. Oh, Chrys, what happened to you?
I feel like she's a young grandma, but I don't know. I can't do my grandma voice right now. I don't want to make her sound too old.
She rushes over to me before I can respond. She's quick to lock up the shop and turn the open side to closed. I twisted my ankle at the park earlier. It's not too bad. I just need to keep it elevated and, on ice. She pulls over a stool for my foot and rushes upstairs. I'm a bit embarrassed by it, but it fills me with sunlight to be babied by my granny. It brings me back to being a little boy in the same shop, though it was less modern then. Also, Poppy was around. She's back down the stairs a moment later with a bag of peas and a hand towel. She wraps it up and hands it to me. Very Poppy Smith of her to do. Was there ever an injury I had that couldn't be healed by grocery store frozen vegetables? It's been a minute since I've really thought about Poppy. Even though his pictures are on the walls of the shop, and his essence still sticks with Granny. Especially with how quick they were to act, how calm and collected they always were. I sink at that thought. I really miss him. At least, I still have Granny. Let it rest for a bit, then maybe you can walk on it. It just looks swollen. I don't think it's broken or anything, but if it gets worse, we'll go see a doctor. I will, but I think it'll be fine. Stay off of it as much as possible, so just take the day off tomorrow. Hopefully by then you'll be back to normal. I wanted to spend more time talking, but now she's going to be busy closing shop, and I'm exhausted. I managed to get up the stairs and into my apartment without too much trouble, putting all my weight into one leg and taking it very slow. I fall into my room and lay on my bed. I'm instantly relaxed, the day's events catching up with me in no time. Before I'm comfortable sleeping, I pull out my phone. And a text from Shay. I shoot up, feeling immediately stupid for having done so, but I pay extra close attention to the text.
Hey, Chrys, it's Shay. I was just checking on you. Hopefully you don't have to go to the hospital. Let me know if you need anything.
I fight the urge to hug the phone to my chest. You're not some protagonist in a romance novel, Chrys. Get a hold of yourself, honestly. I take a moment to compose myself and text back something suitable, reading it back over it too many times for something so generic.
I get it.
I'm good. Thank you for helping me and for checking in. It's almost nothing, but what else can I say? To my surprise, he responds almost immediately.
If you're feeling better soon, I was planning on going to the beach sometime later this week. I've already invited Bee.
Beep. Another text.
I was hoping you could come, too.
Something in me like that. I grip my heart to steady it.
I mean, it's nice to feel like to know that other people want your company too.
He wants to hang out with me again? I tried to stay professional and stick to the details. When do you think? Probably Sunday. Today is Thursday. I'm not sure I'll be able to, but I'll let you know by tomorrow. Sounds good. I hope you get to feeling better. Take care of yourself. I don't respond. I never know what to say. Words are hard, and interacting with near strangers is even more so. I will forever be an aspiring extrovert. I collapse back on the bed, staring at the ceiling for a while before sleep finds me.
Okay. And that's where I'm leaving it today. So, thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying Tattoos and Tulips so far, feel free to check out the game. I've linked it in the description below. Also, feel free to like my video, press the like button, subscribe if you want to see more of Tattoos and Tulips. I'm really enjoying it. I really like our characters so far that we've met and their dynamic, especially like I love Bee so much and I love her little scheme, her scheme so far, but it's working. And maybe it's working for both sides. Maybe she's like, Shay needs someone, needs friends. And honestly, Chrys does too. So, you know, here's a scheme in the making. Really do love that. But anyways, if you want to see more of Tattoos and Tulips, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also play other visual novels. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check it out. And don't forget to press the bell for notifications if you do. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!